Hi, it's Gidon of Root Source, coming to you from a very important place in Israel, the Knesset, Israel's parliament. Today we were here, Bob and I, visiting a number of the members of Knesset of the Likud party, who are friends of mine. I'm a member of the Central Committee of the Likud party, and we were able to present about a half a dozen of my friends, the Knesset members of the Likud, with our book, Israel First, and have a discussion with them about the importance of Christian-Jewish relations. We have met, of course, with Yehuda Glick, who is not yet a member of Knesset. Our teacher is slated to be the next member of the Knesset in the Likud. The way that it works is that one goes out, another one comes in. We already know who's going to be. No new elections in between. But we are waiting for the Prime Minister of Israel, Mr. Benjamin Netanyahu, who is also a member of the Knesset, of course, a member of the Likud party. About 30 members of the Likud party sit in the Knesset today. About 25% of all of the members of Knesset, 120 members there are in the Knesset, the Israeli parliament. And every Monday afternoon, there is a faction meeting where all of the Knesset members and other invited guests are entitled to speak about what is going on in Israel. This is a chance, obviously, for leaders of Israel to decide what is happening in Israel and what will happen in Israel. And as a member of the Central Committee, I am that close to the members of the Knesset and the members of the government, and really only 2 or 3 steps away from the Prime Minister of Israel himself, Benjamin Netanyahu.
Tell us about how the Knesset has changed over the years.
The way that the Knesset has changed over the years are twofold. First of all, as you can see, it's a very beautiful building. We're at the state of the art of both technology and architecture and interior design. As I mentioned to you before, naturally there is a heightened awareness of security, so ordinarily it's a little bit more difficult to get into the Knesset and to meet with the ministers and the Prime Minister as it perhaps used to be. But really the most important way that the Knesset has changed over the past 60 years has been that there has been a move towards the right, and more people in Israel have moved towards the right, and therefore they elect more to the right people. The state of Israel was run by the left-wing Labor Party until 1977. That's almost 20 years. But since then, except for maybe a half a dozen years, it has always been led by the Likud party. The Likud is Israel's center-right, nationalist, Zionist, leadership, democratic party in Israel. And that is why I am proud to be a member of the Likud party and a member of its Central Committee, which we try to make decisions that impact Israel and then obviously impact the world.